Okay. Um, the first VOD review we're going for. I'm not really sure what to do in terms of how long this should be. I'm thinking about making it an entire game, but I also don't want to like stress you out with too much information. So maybe I should just go
30
with
seconds until minions
um,
spawn.
the early game and laning phase. Um, okay, so first of all, when we go into game, we have to think about the junglers. You're playing mid lane, and mid lane is not really like many people think it's a solo lane, but it's mostly a 2v2 lane. The higher you get, it's jungle mid versus jungle mid. So you have to think about like who wins 2v2, who
Minions have
wins
spawned.
2v1, who gets prio in lane, meaning that who gets the first push, and how can you help your jungler the most. In terms of that, you have more push power than Galio because he's melee ranged. So that can mean a lot of things. First of all, it can mean that you can help your jungler get the scuttles in the early game, which will help him get ahead. Um, but just realize that. And another thing that's very important about this matchup specifically is that they have a Zac, and Zac is uh, very good at ganking. So that means you have to play safe when we don't know where Zac is. Okay, so you went Doran's Ring, that's good. I would have taken Teleport this game for one of two reasons as well. First of all, Teleport makes you pretty much die or make mistakes for free, and that is huge, especially in this elo. And second of all, Galio's ulti is somewhat global, and having TP allows you to kind of follow his like his roams with his ulti. Okay, let me just pause this because this is going really quick. I feel like I just go a bit back here before you go to lane, because there's multiple mistakes already here. Okay, first of all, you don't have to leash your jungler here. Puppy should help him, and they should do it pretty free as well. Okay, this tells you one important thing about the jungler, which is Zac, and we have to track Zac to make sure we don't die to ganks. It means that, oh, I have to take this one off so you can, I do not want to see the enemy team. Like this, okay, so we know that our jungler, which is Poppy, started at their blue, as you can tell, and we have a ward here, as you can see. So this tells us that Zac has to have started red. We know he started red buff, which means he's probably going to take red buff and then raptors and then wolves. And then usually, actually, they would take red buff and then raptors, and then in higher elo, Zac would invade this blue buff. Because since Poppy took his blue buff, he wants to take Poppy's blue buff. But obviously, it's difficult to take account of that because it's quite low elo. So um, if Zac doesn't show up on this ward taking blue buff, we're assuming that he's on top side. This tells us that we have to be careful and hug the top side of the butt side of the lane, which we need to stand around here. But I'll explain that a bit later as well. So other than you don't have to leash Poppy, you should just stay in lane. Okay, so he gets the first push. Um, that's somewhat fine. Um, and you're just last hitting, which is fine as well. What I really like to do against melee matchups um, is a bit different. So because we know that Galio is melee, that means you have more room to harass him in lane. So for example, like this, where the wave is like just outside of your tower, it's really good for you. Now you need to harass him because let's say you do auto Q auto and do a bit of damage on him. What is he gonna do? He's gonna throw a Q at you, and that's it. Like he can't really outtrade you. If he E's at you, you're under your tower. He will take damage and you win the trade. If he W's you, he has to go under tower as well. So right here, you're super safe, and you can poke him as much as you want. Obviously, he's gonna get level 2 before you, because he pushed the lane. This is good. And it's really good that you're holding the wave like this, so it doesn't die to the tower. Okay. So now, with the wave like this, since the wave is closer to your tower, you can tell that the next wave is spawning soon, and it's gonna hit the mid lane wave. Like, your wave is gonna hit before his wave, because it's closer to your tower, if that makes sense. This means that your wave is gonna build up to be bigger than his. And that gives you room to harass him again. This is super good gank. Okay, well played. And Galio made a big mistake by not telling him teleport. So all you have to do now is to push the wave and reset. And you don't have to use your potion like you did here, because we know that you're gonna reset after this wave anyway. Like, pretty, like, what's a consistent rule you'd say is that, like, right here, use all your mana, just use it. Every time you kill your laner opponent, you pretty much need to, or kill your lane opponent or push the wave out, you need to reset. So here, you kill him, you want to push the wave as quick as possible under his tower so he loses all the minions. And then you go back and then you buy items, and then you arrive mid lane again, which I'll show you. It makes sense in a few seconds. Let's see what you buy first of all. Seer, Dark Seal, it's perfect. Perfect buy right here. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean by resetting the wave, as I said. See, you oh no, how do I do this? Okay, like this. Okay. I just go 15 seconds back. Okay, and maybe another 15 seconds. My bad, I'm still new to learning this stuff. Okay, and see this? You lose 1 minion. 1 minion gold, or and most likely experience. We're talking about experience here. And he lost maybe 5 or 4 minions of experience because he died and you pushed the wave under his tower, so the tower killed his or your minions. So this is really good. So by pushing the wave out every time you kill him, you don't lose experience, which will eventually give you level leads, which will lead to more kills, essentially. Obviously Galio is quite hard to poke, and like, he's a difficult matchup in terms of he's very tanky champion, and he does quite a bit of damage, and but here it's good that you just poke him. And obviously you don't want to use all your mana, but you can auto attack him and then use your Q at the wave. So you can like simultaneously I can't speak right now. But you can like harass him and push the wave at the same time. So right now you don't have to worry about sack. And okay, another tip: don't be afraid of like calling your jungler. Right now the wave is set up as a freeze. This is categorized as a freeze. You're freezing him right now. He has to step all the way up here, like all the way up here, to farm the minions. So in this situation where he's pushed in and the minions are not really under your tower, this is called a freeze. It's really good that you have it like this. Then just ping your jungler and say, hey Poppy, Galio still has no flash from our first blood. Come gank him. It's super free. Because he always has to overextend to farm these minions. And if you just make sure to only last it here, you can essentially hold this freeze like forever. So just tell, hey Poppy, come gank him. It's a free kill. I'm just telling you like the perfect play. Obviously, it's gonna be difficult for you to like do everything perfectly from now, so I'm not expecting that at all. And it's really good that you're pinging SS, by the way. Oh, why am I doing that? So yeah, as you can, I mean, I'm sure you realize it yourself in game, but you see how fucked he is. Like, he can't really walk up, and it's pretty much free kills if you ping your jungler here. Obviously, he has a ward on top side, so you have to notify your jungler that he has a ward. Oh no. It's still good though. You get him? Oh, the flash and the shield. Okay, nice. And Puppy's gonna clean it up, maybe? Okay, nice. You see, he had to like overextend a lot, and you got a good trade on him because the wave was like that. So right now, again, we don't know where Zac is, but I would always just go hard to push the wave. I think you're gonna get it in here, which is good. Yeah, perfect. So you see, Galio is losing that minion. Okay, this minion, that's 2 minions. That's 3 minions. That's 4 minions. This is the 5th minion. So he lost 5 minions of experience here. You lost 1. You're probably gonna lose this one as well. That's 2, maybe this one. That's 3. Because now, let me show you something. You see how the wave was closer to his tower? That means that this wave that's arriving from base will hit mid lane before your wave. So now, let's look. Let's say Galio wasn't here pushing it. His wave has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minions against your 6 or 7 minions because you just got it out from base. That means he lost 5 minions. He got 7 minions in total, and you lost 2 minions, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 12 minions. So that's essentially a wave in experience above him. And you have to realize, let's say you lasted at every one of these guys, like 2 or 3 waves is pretty much a kill. So even if you didn't win, like killed him solo in lane, just by doing this, pushing a wave in before resetting, you can pretty much like get gold leads by doing nothing. Like simple tricks. And it's okay if you don't understand like everything that's going on in this video. I'm sure like it's gonna take a while to get everything under control in terms of playing mid lane. It can be a bit weird sometimes. Okay, so you bought a sapphire crystal and boots. Okay. First of all, I'm not sure how much gold you had, but you already have Tear of Goddess, which gives you 250 mana and then 3 extra mana per charge, right? And I would say that's enough. You have the Mana Flow Band as well out here. I would go for more ability power in this situation. It's a very minor detail, but like I would probably buy Amplifying Tome there, you know, the yellow book. And then maybe like a control ward. Okay, so you ward there. That's a good ward, by the way. This is a good ward because the wave is pushing to you. So it doesn't really matter why it's a good ward. It's a good ward right now. Okay. When the wave is as big as it is right now, you do not want to take trades like this. You want to play very safe and reserved. Because if you die at this point, you will lose, as I told you before, 12 minions or so. And yeah, I see you try to freeze the wave here, or at least pull it out, but you can't really do that now because the wave is too big. And it's good that you're ping missing. In matchups like this, you can also press tap and then just spam ping his ulti being up. But you can't really account for your teammates in this elo. They're probably not even gonna like go back or fall back if you ping them back. Okay, now you don't really want to freeze the wave like you're doing. Because he has his ulti up, every time he pushes the wave, he gets a window of like 15 seconds, 20 seconds to go roam in the side lane. You want to prevent him from roaming as much as possible with his ulti. And because you took a bad trade, um, it's quite difficult for you to push out the lane. That's where TP comes in handy. So let's say if you had TP now, even if he got the push in and could roam, and let's say he roamed top, you could just teleport after him, and you would match his roam. Okay, but I'm glad that Puppy ganks you again. Oh, but you have to go here. Yes, good ulti. Well played. Yeah, just run up, run up. Don't fall back here. Yeah, it's a minor detail as well. Like it's some spacing techniques, but okay. So we see that Puppy cancels his E, and he uses his W. Okay, he just used his W, and you ulted him. He has no flash as well. So right here, you don't have to walk back. You hit him, you proc face rush. That's really good, and you just run after him. Like don't walk back. It's a good sidestep, I guess, but you don't really have to do it. And you secured the kill. Great job. But it's going really good overall. But as you can tell, like this is pretty much a 2v1 lane for Galio. You're gonna get last chapter. It's good. How can I see how much gold you have? Well, that's what did I do? Gold, 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 gold. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Okay. I'm thinking if I should maybe do as well a VOD review of my own Orianna gameplay, so you can like compare yourself to a higher elo game. Because you're applying a lot of the techniques that I am. And I would say that it's a lot of minor details that you can improve on. As it looks right now, I think you should easily climb up like to gold. At least high gold, I'd say. Probably. Okay. Something is going on in the jungle and you're helping out. That's good. Okay. Obviously, this game I have been focusing a lot on like what to do with the wave and stuff like that. But there's a bit more to it. I haven't really talked about dragon or anything, or like roaming. But I'll take that next time, I think. Okay. Good shield. Well done, well done. And just push the wave. You don't have to be scared of using your mana. Sometimes the quicker you push the wave, the more he loses. And it's good, so you don't have to, like, now he died. And obviously I think you know this already, but you don't have to recall because you have full HP, and if you don't really necessarily have a huge power spike you can buy, it's not really worth it. Plus you got the plating, which is much better. Plating is 160 gold, and 2 plating is, what's that, like 320 or something like that. But that's essentially a kill. So that's really good. And now you're up in CS, which is good as well. In this game, Merc Treads would not be a bad buy in terms of upgraded boots. Merc Treads gives you tenacity, and tenacity makes you less vulnerable to CC. And Galio has CC, and Zac has CC, and Riven has a lot of CC as well. So even though they're not magic damage, all of them, just the fact that you're not getting chain CC helps a lot. Okay, so right now Dragon is up, so you're obviously gonna have to push it really hard and quick here, and I think you're doing that quite well. But instead of pushing mid lane wave here, I would probably, yeah, rotate, yeah. Okay, good job. Perfect, perfect. Um, that worked out, so that's good. This way, okay, wait. I go back here. Okay. Now we're gonna assume that since you're 3-0 and he's 0-4 and your team is like 7 kills ahead, you're going to have prio the rest of the game. This means that you're going to have like the push the rest of the game because he cannot beat you, like no matter what he does pretty much, unless he gets ganked. So this ward is not really that good. Because let's say Zac came from here, he could walk all, like, he could just walk up here. This is Fog of War, you have no vision of him, and then he could just come from behind, like this. Instead, if you took this ward and put it right here, where my marker is, you would essentially have vision of this entire area, which means he will not be able to come in here, in this brush, and he will not be able to flank around and come from the back. So it gives you more vision and it makes you safer. This is a very defensive ward. It's good when the enemy mid laner is pushing you under tower, because then what use do they have to flank like this? Nothing, right? So this is fine to ward if you're getting pushed in. Like earlier, you put a ward here earlier, which was good. Okay. Um. Okay, then obviously you want to be thinking about what to do next in the game. So other than just using your lead to get the first push in, also called prio, um, you want to think about what's the next objective, right? So your main goal here, push the wave first, so you have first, so you can roam before he can. And then what is the next objective? So there's obviously mid tower, not necessarily available because he's kind of wave clear. Then there's their bot tower. It can be available if you gank there with your jungler, so it's going to be like a 4v2. But I would say the next objective is definitely Rift Herald here. So in this situation, you just want to push the wave as hard as possible, then look for a roam or like to assist your jungler. And if that's not possible, then go ward deep inside of the jungle. So here, you could ping Rift Herald. That would not be a bad call, especially now. Let's say now, right here. This is Zac. Zac is a jungler. I'm sure they're gonna take it, is it? Yeah, exactly. Okay. You're wrong. What the fuck? These guys are just super good. What the fuck? Oh my god. And you got him. Nice. But you fucked up. But you still got him, so that's all that counts, right? Okay. Yeah, and then just hurry back mid to get the wave. Okay.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Oh, that's controlled. Yeah. We'll be clearing that. Okay. And you get the tower. This is really good. And you're pushing the wave. That's also really good. So I would say like this game is pretty much over. Like, because you have Orianna and you have Vayne on bot lane, which are two really good scaling champions. And they have a Galio. He scales well as well, but not as good as Orianna. And then Lucian, he's more of a like early mid game champion. And when he gets behind like this, it's difficult for him to make a comeback. They have a Riven, but then again, you have a tank Remus. So this game is not looking very good for them. Okay, let's see what you bought. You know, in this situation, I would probably just have upgraded my Dark Seal to Magi Soul Stealer. Just only because you're stomping so hard, and the item is actually, even if you don't get stacks on it, it's really good. Because if you read on this guy, Luden's Tempest, you have to sometimes read the mythic passive. It says grant all other legendary items 5% or 5 magic penetration. And the Magi Soul Stealer, even if you don't have any stacks, is a legendary item. So it's gonna give you 5 magic penetration as value no matter what. And it's just super easy to stack on Orianna because you are pretty much a support. Oh, did they surrender? Oh, they did surrender. I thought it was a 20-minute game. Oh. Okay, but yeah, I think you played it well, to be honest. So I might as well go review my own game, my own diamond game on Orianna, just the first 15 minutes probably. Like just short. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I hope this is not too much um, in terms of length of the video. Okay, this is me playing Orianna. So I have the same runes. I went teleport. In this game, just exactly as your game, Twisted Fate has a global ultimate which allows him to roam a lot. So this pretty much enables me to keep up like 1/3 of his roams, if played correctly. So I go Doran's Ring, just like you did. And we're just stacking right here because we thought they were gonna invade, or just to make sure. But they didn't, so that's good. I'm gonna try to tell you what's going on this game, as in the best of my ability. So, first of all, I don't want to speed this through though. I hope it's not too long for you. Otherwise, you're gonna have to just speed it up because actually I'm not gonna. This is this is actually quite a good technique. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what's going through my head as this lane begins. Okay, so I have Rek'Sai jungle. He has Evelynn jungle. What does that tell us? It tells us that Evelynn, we know that she first gets invisibility at level 6, which means that she's not going to gank a lot before level 6. We have on the other hand Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai is quite a good ganker. Um, and we just keep that in the back of our head. The third thing I'm thinking about here is my opponent, Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate, he has a weak early game. He has a strong mid-late game. And Twisted Fate is an immobile mage. He has flash and teleport, and that's it. If he gets ganked, he's most likely dead. So, um, with that, oh, how do I? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I am actually. I go back again. This is too complicated. This is too this is too scary. Okay, notice how I'm standing in the wave. I'm curved. Oh, you see it? Okay. I stood in the middle of the lane for one reason. When I queue the back 3 minions here, my queue is always going to hit these 3. And I'm optimizing for a full push. The reason I'm trying to push this first wave under his tower is a bit difficult to explain, but I'm gonna try. Um, so I'm trying to push the wave as good as I can, as fast as I can, without losing any CS. I'm probably gonna lose a bit. So here you see, I push with my auto attacks, and I try to poke him with my Q. It's pretty much just like making him fight for every CS there is. And I'll explain why I'm pushing. Okay, see, I get free autos here. This is super good. Okay, notice how the wave is holding. Okay, he's already like 50 HP. This guy's getting ball-sacked in his mouth. Look how the wave is. These 3 minions, these 3 minions, my 6 minions here. I'm not sure if you know what I'm about to tell you, but it's pretty much the same as I told you in the Galio Oriana game. Because of his 6 minions being closer to his tower, that tells us that the wave coming from base in 30 seconds, or whatever, how long it is gonna help push the wave towards my tower before my wave is going to help me push. So his minions are gonna arrive before my minions, which tells us that the wave is going to push to me. Okay, so since I'm pushing up, I'm warding topside. This is where I pretty much want you to ward, not necessarily right here, but like right here. This ward, I think Twisted Fate put this ward. It's a good ward. The only reason I'm putting it here is because I saw Evelyn start blue buff, uh, and I realized that because I could tell who leashed him. So I could tell who arrived late to lane, so that's why I know she started blue buff. That means she's going to take blue, something here, and then end up by taking her red. This leaves Evelyn at top side of the map. The top side of the map is where she's going to come from no matter what in this situation. So I'm warding top side because I know that's where she's going to come from no matter what. If she wants to gank at level 3, which is, by the way, very unlikely. Okay, so right now, oh no, I'm only last hitting. I do not want to hit the back minions here. I do not want to push the wave. At this point, I've already told my jungler that I'm going to freeze the wave in front of my tower. So he knows what's up. He's ready to help my ass. So again here, just chilling. Right now, the reason I'm not only last hitting is because I'm thinning out the wave. Thinning out the wave means that I'm going to make the wave a bit smaller so that it's easier to freeze. If there's 12 minions early game and you're trying to freeze it, you're going to take too much damage by tanking their autos. So I'm just thinning a bit out, trying to poke him in the meanwhile. And you see I ping him. He's pinging on his way, and I pinged, has targeted Twisted Fate. And I told him before the game started that this is my plan. Or I told him when the game started. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, he's pushing the wave, obviously. He's a fucking idiot for this, by the way, but he's pushing the wave, and because he pushed the wave, he's obviously gonna think, oh no, I'm vulnerable to a gank now, I'm going to ward. And lucky for me, my jungler was here. And people might say, okay, but you're getting camped, that's why you're high level. No, I told my jungler to come here. I knew exactly how this lane was gonna play out. I knew exactly what I had to do to make him take a dumb risk and put himself in danger. He flashes, so I didn't even get the kill. And then people say, what the fuck is the point, right? But he's an immobile mage. This is huge for me. This is absolutely game changing. You see the wave? It's still much bigger than my wave. So we know this is gonna push into me. So again, I'm thinning the wave out. He can't even step up to last hit his minions. What's he gonna do? If he goes to last hit him, I'm gonna kill him and my jungler is gonna come. Even though if my jungler is not here, he's taking Scuttle. The thought of my jungler being here is so terrifying that he can't even last hit any minions. And you see here, I'm tanking the minions. There's only 4 minions, which allows me to tank them. If there were 12 minions, I would take too much damage and I would put myself in danger. Okay, then look at Twisted Fate here. He can't even walk up and auto attack. Look at this clown. Now he's auto attacking a bit. It's okay. I also have to last hit. As long as I don't break the freeze, right? His minions are still stronger than mine, so I can eventually keep this freeze up forever. What is this guy gonna do? Look, I just poke him. Oh no. And what happened here? My jungler was clever because I pinged him to come back. He flashed on Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate no flash. Twisted Fate is dead. And I did not ping my jungler here to help me push the wave, but because I'm high elo, he's gonna know that he's gonna have to do it. So he helps me push the wave. So Twisted Fate is, or the wave is gonna reset, so I don't lose minions under my tower. Just try to push it as quick as possible. He uses his teleport, and I got first blood, and I got 400 gold. Right at this moment, I won lane. I have one lane right now, and small things like this is huge in higher elo. he got played. He got fucking. I'm so sorry, but he got fucking stomped. The funny part is that after this game, he was like, jungle difference. He. But he has no idea how much I style on this guy. I knew exactly his weaknesses, and I knew exactly my team and my jungle strength. Okay, see, because I had the gold for last chapter, I'm just going for that. A good rule is that um, always just buy like a complete item if you can, because that's gonna give you a bigger power spike. If I had like 900 gold, I would have bought like Tier and Dark Seal as well. But I think I'm gonna stop the VOD review from here. It was just to like demonstrate how much like an early lane can help you. And from here on, I pretty much just uh yeah, like snowball. Maybe if you'd like another time, I could do a full VOD review of this game. Um, but I don't think I'm not sure if I have too much information already, so I don't want to like make you lose all motivation. Um, Let me just real quick check what you wanted to improve on other than builds. Let's see. Um, uh-huh. hmm Oh, I have to scroll up in this conversation. Just give me a second. What the fuck? How far up is this? Hmm. I'm looking for D4, 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 D4. Oh, I can't find it. Whatever. Either way, um, your building and items and stuff like that, I think you have that under control. Um, let's say that next VOD review or the next few VOD reviews, I can probably help you focus on the pace of the lane in terms of like minions and wave. Yeah, let me know what you think. Either way. Okay, bye.